Sir, I have been following your channel and I firmly believe in Vedas, and I also do daily Gayatri Mantra Homa. I recently got engaged and my would-be husband is a nice person, but he follows one saint called as Sant Rampal. He told me that after marriage he will allow me to do my worship, but he also told that he cannot leave his path and he is dedicated to his Guru Sant Rampal. We have been talking on phone for last 3 months and I have started liking him very much. Something is bothering inside my mind like a fear that if I can marry a person who follows anti-Vedic guru or not. What is your opinion about Sant Rampal? Please guide me. I value you a lot. Okay, about Sant Rampal, I have not seen his recent videos, but I have seen some of his videos around 5 years back. He is for sure anti-Vedic person. He has insulted Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati a lot. I saw some of his videos. I think maybe it is deleted now, but he made very rude videos against Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, and also he made videos against Vedas. This was 5-6 years back, maybe, or maybe 7-8 years back. After that, I never followed him. But the way in which he talks, he considers himself to be a great tapasvi, and he speaks as if that he is an authority in the subject. So, and Vedas very clearly says, don't even give respect by saying namaste to these people who insult Vedas, who insult Rishi Munis. So after that, after reading Manusmriti and this kind of Veda mantras, I completely stopped following this Sant Rampal. So I do not want to comment. Maybe if your would-be husband would see, maybe he will get hurt. So, but in my opinion, Sant Rampal is really not a Sant. A person who can insult Vedas, Vedavani, Vedamata and Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati cannot be a Sant for sure. And I also heard that he was Arya Samaji earlier and he could not get some position in Arya Samaj, so he turned against Arya Samaj. So, and then he turned against Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, etc. So, it's not a real Sant in my opinion. But following Sant Rampal, as I told in one of my videos, I don't know if you saw it or not, I was following Osho. Before coming to my Acharya, I was a very great fan of Osho. So following Osho will not make me a bad person, or following Sant Rampal might not make somebody a bad person. That we must understand. It's our own wish. I had a limited exposure towards Vedas at that point of time. I liked the way Osho was speaking. His way is critical thinking, is outside the box thinking, etc. So I was a fan of Osho earlier. Even now also I listen some of his talks. But I know what is truth and what he manipulates and what he misses. I know exactly where Osho makes mistakes because of my knowledge of understanding of Vedas from my Acharya. I exactly know, even if Osho speaks really logically, I know where he is doing mistake. And when you listen to J. Krishnamurti is such a powerful orator, powerful speaker. He's an atheist person, does not believe in God. And I exactly know where he does mistake. So after the knowledge of the Vedas, I know it. But previously, I did not know it. So when I got married, my wife was a Vedic follower. My wife was a little bit worried. Maybe she also had this kind of worry inside her heart. But all along my life, I was searching for truth. So I was never fixed on one guru. I was moving from Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Vivekananda, Ramana Maharishi, Kanchi Mahaperiyava, many saints. And then finally I came to Osho and I thought, okay, probably Osho, the way in which he speaks, he's speaking the right philosophy. Then later on I moved on. Then the moment I came into the Vedic Dharma, I really settled down. I understood that this is the truth. So it's a process. So it does not mean that he follows Sant Rampal. Maybe he's a bad person or something like that. Maybe, as you told, he's a good guy. But please understand one thing. My marriage worked out well so far. I've been married for last 21 years or 22 years. My marriage worked well. Might not be the case most of the time, because after marriage what happens, when the child is born, I'm a flexible guy, so in my case there is no issue, but I do not know how would be your future husband family. When your child is born, there would be, like, I made a video 3 days back. Husband is converted to Islam and the wife is still a Vedic follower or a Hindu, not a Vedic follower fully, but Hindu. She's confused about upbringing of his child, her child. So in that case, what happens, the child will be taught both the philosophies, and it will take many hardships in the family to struggle and bring up the child. So similarly, if tomorrow after your marriage everything goes well and then you get a baby, you will be having an opinion. You as a mother, you will have an opinion that I want to bring my kid in the Vedic way. I want to put my kid in a Gurukul. Your husband would be saying that I will not leave my Sant Rampal, so I will teach Sant Rampal concepts to my kid. And Sant Rampal is an atheist fellow, and he is a fellow who insults Vedas. So in that case, you might get into a trouble. This is my, based on my personal understanding or personal feeling. You might get into a trouble at later point of time. Maybe he's a good guy, you like him very much, he likes you very much, your Shadi Shuda Zindagi, touchwood, Paramatma Kripa se, all should be going good. But after a baby is born, bringing up the kid might have a issue in the future. So try to take a cautious decision. He says that he will allow you to follow your worship, that's good thing. But you cannot believe on people. I mean, in my life experience, people just change. Before marriage they will tell something, and after marriage, many marriages in my relative circle are broken because of this issue. Before marriage they say, looking at the girl is beautiful, they will say everything. After marriage, when they attained what they want, they will change. This has happened in my family, in my friend circle many times. So you must be careful. If your basic philosophy, and also one more important thing is, how serious are you in your life on your spiritual path. You can give away spiritual for the sake of your family, then these are all very small issues. But your main focus in your life is spiritual journey, that I want to progress steadily in the Vedic path. That, like you said, that you've been doing Agnihotra, and for you the spiritual path is important. For you the Vedic dharma is important, not the real Bhautik world. Then I would advise you to rethink whether you should get married to this person or not. I'm not saying that you will, in this current situation, you will not get a Vedic person for sure. You want to get married to some family, the family will not be a Vedic family for sure. But at least, Maharishi also mentions in Sanskara Vidhi that try to get married in such a place where there are some Vidwans, where there are some wisdom, where there are some people who understand Vedas, or do not, at least in a least case, they do not follow a person who insults Vedas, in a least case. So if you know really that he is already involved in a to a sant who openly insults Maharishi and Vedas, in my opinion, you are taking a very big risk. You know that person for 3 months, you're liking him, you're fallen for him, all those things are fine. But if your main aim in life is spiritual path, after marriage you want to stick to spirituality. Marriage you are doing for Grihasthashrama dharma, you want to follow dharma in your life, you are marrying, but your main focus in your life is spirituality, then I would suggest to drop this rishta. I would suggest to close this, because it might not work. This is my personal opinion. You may get your opinion from many people. This is my personal opinion. Why I am making video? Because this kind of situation might be there in other people's life also. And one more instance, I have known some people, like my Acharya's disciple, so they got married to non-Vedic family, but after marriage, the girl or the boy, they have completely become Vedic. After marriage, this also has happened. They still continue their upasana. The girl got married to a non-Vedic family. I mean, non-Vedic in the sense, idol worshipper. But they are not following somebody who is an atheist. They are following some other Guruji, but they are not atheist. Like, insulting, those Gurujis do not insult Vedas directly like Sant Rampal. So they got married. And after marriage, suddenly, after 1 year, 2 years, I see the girl got married to some guy, and he also comes to my acharya. He listens to acharya's pravachan. He takes interest in Vedas. This also is a good news. Very, very good news. So even tomorrow, you don't get a Vedic family, you might get a guy who is probably maybe idol worshipper family. Idol worshipper family, they are okay. They are flexible. They say that okay, you follow your path, but only my requirement is you must come to temple whenever I call. That's a small adjustment. You go to temple, you just see the statue as a stone. That's it. For you, it is not God. For them, it might be a God, right? For you, as a Vedic follower, it's a stone. That's it. I have to go and represent for formality. And slowly, when you discuss my whatever you have learned from my channel or other channels you would have learned, or when you start discussing, they might also slowly understand this is the truth, I should leave this one, so they might come to the Vedic path. That's a possibility. But a person who follows and he tells that I will not leave Sant Rampal throughout my life, it's a big risk you are taking as per me personally. So but anyways, it's your personal decision. If you like the person, if you feel that he is a very good person, very good partner for you, take your decision cautiously. But my opinion is, don't sacrifice your spiritual goal for the sake of you liking some person. Tena tyaktena bhunjita. This, see, ऐसा we must understand that हमारा बहुत सारे शादी हो चुका है. I have got married a trillion times. You would have got married a billion times, trillion times. We have got so many sons and daughters whom we have left and come to this birth, right? So these are all, don't get attached to a person or something. Just take it at the face value and use it properly towards your goal of the life. That is what I would say. So after marriage, I feel when you get a kid, you might get into more trouble because of that person. If he is following somebody else, some other sant like Sai Baba, some other Guruji, I would have not advised like this. But here Sant Rampal, I have seen his video. These are terrifying videos I have seen. I don't know if probably it is not even existing in YouTube today. It's around very long back. So you must take care. That's what I would say. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.